Welcome back to Las Vegas Now. Recognizing the symptoms of an overactive bladder can be life-changing for many. We checked in with the urology specialist of Nevada, the sponsors of this next segment, for answers.
So obviously a lot of women and men are affected, on their day-to-day lives with bladder issues, but let's break it down a little bit. Let's talk about an overactive bladder. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what that really means?
Of course. So overactive bladder is also known as urge urinary incontinence. It is the involuntary loss of urine associated with a sudden urge to go. Very common, can affect up to 25 million Americans. 75 to 80% of those are women, mostly over 50. Very, very common, very treatable.
I think a lot of people maybe feel embarrassed to go to the doctor for this, and even once they're there to bring it up and be open about discussing it. So what are some tips or advice you have for people who may be struggling with this and want to get in and see a specialist?
Exactly. So I think understanding that they're not alone, not the only ones going through this, that it does interfere with quality of life. It can affect your ability to work, sleep, socialize, travel, perform daily functions. So knowing that, again, it is very common, it is very treatable.
And let's talk about treatments. What types of treatments are available to those out there who might be suffering from this?
We start from very conservative to more invasive. So first and foremost, we talk about behavioral modifications, timed urination, avoiding lots of fluids in the evening hours. We talk about pelvic floor exercises. So the pelvis sits on a muscular floor, and strengthening that pelvic floor you can suppress the urge to void. I even get physical therapists involved. There are physical therapists who have special training in female pelvic disorders. They can teach you, again, number one, where those muscles are, number two, how to strengthen and rehabilitate them. We talk about lifestyle modifications, avoiding things which might be irritating to the bladder. The big culprits there being coffee, sodas, teas, etc., spicy foods, and nicotine, big bladder irritant, so stop smoking, etc. And then we move on to medications. There's different types of medications we use, all which help to improve the ability of the bladder to store urine. Beyond medications, we do use Botox in the bladder. So just like folks get Botox elsewhere to kind of decrease muscle spasticity, we can do Botox in the bladder to improve the ability of the bladder to store urine. And there is nerve stimulation we do by providing low-level stimulation to nerves that supply the bladder, that too. So that's kind of getting a little bit more advanced, but again, anywhere from just some lifestyle changes to medications to the more advanced. Yeah, as I tell my patients, not always can we cure incontinence, but we can definitely improve it.
Thank you again to the urology specialist of Nevada for sponsoring that segment. They have 4 locations across Southern Nevada where they can help you or your loved ones. For more information, call 702-877-0814 or visit usonv.com. We'll be right back.